Hello everyone. 2.5 years ago I did an open box on this 2730, and I told y'all I'd get back with y'all after I run it a little bit and mount it on my truck and give you a good review on it. So it's been about 2.5 years, a little bit longer than what I wanted, but better late than never, right? Anyways, I wanted to share this. Not only am I going to do a review on this radio, but also the mounting. And I don't know if y'all know this, but this is magnetically mounted. It's stuck to the windshield, suction cup to the windshield, right? That goes, originally that mount goes to my cell phone. It mounts to your cell phone, but it's got magnetic backing. This right here, it swivels up and down. You adjust it anywhere you want right there. That's metal behind that rubber. So, I figured, you know what, instead of spending another $50, because 2730 ICOM does not send, it doesn't include mountings for your remote head on your radio. So I figured, you know what, I'm using this right here for my cell phone. Swivels around, all that stuff, up and down, you know. And when I just use this, mount on the windshield, and use a bracket that does come with the ICOM, the remote bracket right there. It's got a little opening, and that's where originally, that's where this mounts. This hole mounts to a ball mount that goes to your windshield or your dash, whatever configuration you want to use. That's where it attaches. So what I did was I attached the metal bracket to the head. It comes with two magnets in there, as you can see. Let's get down there where you can see right there. So those two little silver discs, those are magnets. And there's a screw here and a screw here that keeps them mounted. I use them as spacers, but they work as magnets too for the other mount that you would buy for this radio. That's what these are for, those magnets. And it attaches to the remote head bracket for the ICOM. But instead, what I put the magnets on here, mounted the plate, put the screws on here like this, and what I did was, you know what, to save me $50, I said, why not just mount that on my windshield, my cell phone mount on the windshield, and boom, it mounts to my radio, my head, my ICOM head right there. Very clean, very clean. My cord, of course, goes right down. Of course, I had to mount it down to the trim upright, between the upright and the dash, all the way down. And I hope y'all can see this. It's a little dark down here, but I'm going to use my finger as a pointer. I got tucked in pretty nice. I pulled all this back a little bit, you know, and ran it down. But I ran it behind here, underneath the dash. There's an opening where all your wires, all your circuitry and everything runs along the channels of your cab of your truck, all the way down. You lift your floor mats and all that up, and you lift that trim up right here. Every truck has a trim piece. It's a Toyota. You just pop that off, you know, it just snaps up. You run it through there. And so anyway, the power cord for the unit runs down here, down the channel behind the trim to the radio, main radio receiver right there, which I have it mounted to the bottom of the dash. But look how I did it. I didn't use any hardware. I didn't screw any holes into the plastic, because I don't know if y'all know, but Toyota Tundra is nothing but plastic. There's no metal in here. So what I did was I took two C-clamps, took the bracket like it was with the radio, main radio, see, and I put it up against the edge of the plastic dash, underneath the edge, right back here. Watch my fingers. Right back here. There's the edge of the inside of the bottom of the dash. Put the bracket up against there. Took a C-clamp and put it up behind the dash into the bracket itself right here. And if you look real close, oh Lord, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but anyway, there it is right there. So in other words, it attaches from the metal bracket on the head, from the metal bracket up here, right there, to the plastic dash. from the back. See, it's a C-clamp. It's hidden, it's tight, and it ain't going nowhere. Look at that. Now it's tight, and it's been like that now for 2.5 years. And as far as the remote, there's plenty of cord to run this head anywhere you want. One thing bad about the clips, about the power cord, your phone jack looking cord back here. Let me take that off. I'm going to show y'all something. One thing bad about these, set that down right there for right now. Please excuse me, guys. I'm handling this phone with one hand, doing a video, and trying to do the other one with one hand. Anyway, the power cord here, the clip, the plastic clip, you got to be careful. When that snaps off, it's useless. You'd have to tape it to the head, whatever. But you can buy these cords. That's what happened to me. Mine broke. Originally, it broke. So I went to Amazon, bought another one. Works just fine. So just be prepared that, you know, when they get old, you know, when they get weak, this plastic little tab right here will snap right off, right there. That'll snap right off. You got to be careful of that. Handle those things gingerly. Now let me mount this back up here. Good luck with that now. I'm going to try to juggle one hand and the phone with the other. So excuse me, everyone. There we go. It's done. Bam. Right back on that magnet. It's a strong magnet. Man, it sticks up there. Look at that. Works beautifully. Anyways, that portion's done. Windshield mount. Cord runs down the channel to the main radio receiver right here. Here's my mic right here. Another problem I have, I didn't want to drill any holes, and so I'm fixing to, I got the clip to this mic. It's a 1-pin clip. You just hang on it. See that loop right there? You just hang on it like that. Anyway, I was gonna mount it right there, but that means I'd have to drill another hole. I'd have to drill a hole, and I didn't want to do that. I don't like drilling holes in my dash and all that stuff. That's just the way I am. Those of you who don't care, run a screw through there, man. Run a sheet metal screw and mount your mount on there. But I don't want to do that. So anyways, I'm going to probably go with the, I tried the Velcro. There's a Velcro right there. It failed on me. Velcro won't last. So I'm looking at a couple other options, and I haven't worked on them yet, but I'm working on it. And when I do find something solid that'll stay, that's heat resistant, because it's 150 degrees in this cab when it's hot in the summertime. Any adhesive will detach from the plastic. So I'm going to have to work on that a bit, and then I'll get back with y'all with another video to show you how I did the mount for the mic. Other than that, I hang it on my my signal light indicator. So, but that's it right there. Very simple. Now, as far as the antenna, the power to this radio right here, I got the power cord running through my dash, my firewall. My firewall, there's an opening down there where all the rest of the power cords go through to the engine compartment where all the other accessories are. So, and what I'll do is I'm going to pop the dash up. I'm going to pop the hood and give you all a quick look at that. There we go. This truck's pretty good size. I got a lift kit on there, so it's kind of hard to reach up. Anyway, here's my battery. Cords. How I did all that. See? Tucked it back in it real nice and all that, and zip tied it. And I run a CB too, so got a lot going on back here. But you're not going to be able to see it. But back here towards the firewall, maybe you can see it. I'll stick to see it. Towards the firewall, you'll see, hang on, there you go. Y'all see that? Right back there. Right there. Point, look my finger. There, right there. That's where I got the wires going through the firewall. See there? Very simple. There's a couple of nipples on there. You cut them, and you feed the wires through the opening of the nipples. That goes, it's a big old round grommet with little nipples on. You clip the ends of them off and you run it through there to your components in the cab. Very simple. Okay, now I don't know if Chevrolet does it that way or their grommet looks like that or not, but that's your Toyota. Pretty simple. Okay, now to the antenna. I got my Super Beam 6-footer. There you are, right there. It's a Super Beam by let's see, by Comet, but I'm trying to find the numbers. There they are, right there. It's sideways. Hopefully y'all can see that. Super Beam C58700A. There you are. Very good antenna. I'm not getting paid to advertise it or nothing like that, but it's a very good antenna. Just letting y'all know that, and the way I got it is I got it mounted on a cleat. These cleats come in all the Toyota Tundra trucks. What I did was I took a bracket, piece of stock aluminum, drilled a hole through it, drilled a hole through the cleat right there. See how I did that? Two of them, one for ground and one for the, well, these are for the mounts of the bracket, stock piece of metal. I drilled a hole through it to run my ground all the way back here, and I got running down into the bed to the frame, through the bed to the frame. And anyways, and the other end I got running through the bed. There's an opening there in my truck, in my bed. On a Toyota, there's an opening. They got openings there, eyelets and lightning holes, we call them. Run it through there, run it through the bed, and between the bed and the cab, right down there. You're not going to be able to see it. I did a really good job. I'm impressed with myself. I don't mean to brag about myself, but I did such a good job. You can't even see the wires or nothing like that. I ran it up along the frame of the truck. Let me see if I can get down there. I'm not going to go this far, this detailed about this video. See, I can't even find them now. Anyway, I got running along the frame of the truck all the way across, and there's some drain plugs underneath your cab. Let's take a look. I'll go this far with the video. What the heck? I'm down here already. Right there. There's these drain plugs. Right there. See these little drain plugs? That's underneath your cab. Every truck has drain plugs. Boom, 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 boom. Further up, you'll see up here. There it is. See my fingers, guys? That's up to the floor of the cab. What I did was I took that grommet off. These pop out on your truck. Drain plug grommets. You pop that off. You drill a hole through the center of it. Run your coaxial through the grommet, through the cab. Put your grommet back in the hole, don't forget. Otherwise you'll get moisture up in your cab. See how they run that wire? See how that coaxial run all the way back to the bed. All the way back there. Anyway, that's how I did it. I ran that coaxial up through the cab. Now I'm going to crawl back underneath here. Out from underneath here now. And show y'all. I took this channel off. Actually, I'll take the channel off back here, the four-door cab. Took the channel off. And the wire, the plug came up through the carpet up here. What I did was I lifted the carpet up, pulled the wire up through here, ran it through the channel. Along the channel there's openings, and I ran it through the channel and then down the channel all the way down here, the front of the cab, ran it up underneath the trim. Yeah, what I did was I ran up through the channel up here, up behind here, back across underneath the dash, behind the main transceiver right there. And see, there's a power cord right there, and then of course there's a mic cord, and there it goes to the head, remote head, and the other goes back here behind the coaxial, where the antenna goes behind here. See, but it's all secured with nice little zip ties underneath the dash. But I run it all the way from here behind the trim of the upright down all the way across underneath the channel there, and then down through the lightning hole, through the drain plug, not lightning hole, grommet that I showed you earlier, right through there, back this way along the frame of the truck. That's why you can't see it here. It's underneath the frame. Zip tied there. We ran it through the bed into the antenna. There, y'all can see it right there. See, there it is. See how I did that? By the way, these super beams, when you want to bring them down, or if you're going into the garage with the truck, everybody doesn't have a lift kit. Mine's got a lift kit, so I can't park in the garage. You can fold it down. It's a breakaway antenna. Fold it down. It swivels. Look, swivels back and forth, and you can secure it. This is my flag mount right here. There's my flag mount. So what I do is sometimes I'll just take it, bend the tip, bend it over. You got plenty of flex there. Bend it over, and I just run it like this. Watch this. Boom. You know, but you can attach any kind of fixture to it to secure your antenna so it doesn't swivel back and forth while you're driving. See, very nice. I've had it now for 2.5 years. And you fold it back up, screw it in, you're back in business again. Okay. Now, back to the cab up here. Well, that's secured. Okay. There you are. And I'm gonna power it up and see what it does here. Just show it. There you are. There you are. The ICOM 2730. That's my go-to radio, my mobile radio right there. Dual band. VHF and UHF, that's all you need for mobile. And works beautifully. I've had it for 2.5 years, no problems. And that's where it's going to stay. I have no ambitions on getting another radio. If I get an HF, it'll be for the house, so I'm not going to get one for the truck. I'm okay with that, and I got my CB over there too, so we're good to go. I hope that answers your questions. I hope y'all understood my video, how I mounted it, and if there's any questions that you have, please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll get back to y'all again on the mount for my mic without drilling a hole into the plastic. And like I said, I haven't forgot about it yet, and when I do, I will do another video for that. Meanwhile, y'all have a great day, and talk to you again soon. Bye for now.